setting up an offshore company, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I get asked this a lot. Can I set up a company in Dubai and pay just 0% tax? And the answer is maybe, but only if it's done properly. If you don't structure it with genuine commercial purpose, you could fall foul of HMRC's Transfer of Assets Abroad or ToAA rules. And they're no joke. Here's how it works. The ToAA rules apply to UK resident individuals who make a transfer of assets, be that cash, property, or any other assets, to an offshore vehicle, and as a result, income becomes payable to that offshore vehicle. In plain English, if you put cash into an offshore company, which invests into, say, a property and receives rental income, that means income has become payable from your original transfer and the ToA provisions can apply. If they do apply, then HMRC ignores the offshore company entirely and taxes you personally on that income at personal tax rates. Now, there are a couple of defenses that stop these provisions from applying, including if the transaction was done for genuine commercial purposes and not just to avoid tax. Now, that sounds straightforward in theory, but in practice it's much more difficult. What qualifies as a commercial purpose and what qualifies as tax avoidance? I bet that you and HMRC have different views on that same answer. For example, the company should serve an actual business purpose and make commercial sense, irrespective of any tax savings. Setting up an offshore company isn't a loophole to avoid UK taxes, but if it's done correctly and for the right reasons, it's possible. So if you're looking at overseas structures, that's where we come in. Get in touch to make sure it's done properly and you don't face a surprise tax bill.